wish now that you're gone. Tripping all the walls in this house, getting rid of bad vibes that you brought around. Couldn't care less if you thought that I was wrong. I'm just trying to get where I belong. Came here with the toy. You fed all your lies to me and made me believe that you could fix everything. We've been young, love me in the cold. You left me here and I'll never get shown. And no explanation about to deal with the situation. So now I got to strip of
There. Yes, I can see a couple of them. Okay, alright, so I'll tell them who's on the panel.
Okay.
Okay, so we will have Desmond Murray back on stage because he's one of our panelists, and we will also have Shirley McDonald and also the lovely Elle from Natural Hair Daily, and we will also have Rachel from UKnaturals. So can I just get you guys to put your hands together for our panelists, please? Now they make their way to the stage. Keep clapping, keep clapping. So they take their seats. And just so you know, it's going to be hosted by one of the co-founders, Vina Bess, and she will be the one that will be hosting the panel.
A few of the comments mentioned how important it is for kids to see us with our natural hair. I'm just going to go back to the panellists. Going to Shirley first, what's your opinions about natural hair and children and letting them know how beautiful it is from a young age?
Yeah, I think we sort of touched on this and some of the other events that we've done around, and I was saying, I love what that lady was saying about with her sons, letting them see it and teaching them and saying, and somebody said it as well, I think it was you, Rachel, particularly with our young girls, not telling them when you're doing their hair how beautiful it is and giving them that experience, and not saying, oh God, your hair's so tough, you know, which is what we got when we were young, and you've been hit with a comb and all these things, and everything was quite negative about it. So I think it starts from a young age, and if you can just think, but I mean, it's, remind me, which bit are we touching on?
Influences.
Yeah, I think I'm quite fortunate in that with London, it's very diverse, and particularly where I live, it's the schools they go to, they're seeing everyone. And what I find interesting, you said the corporate world, they don't, you know, they're not necessarily exposed, or you've got these views on them, but they're a lot more switched on now. You know, before when I was at school, they used to say things like, well, how did you get your hair that long? You know, when they put the extensions up. Now they wouldn't, because everything's kind of merging into one. Even the straightening thing that we were talking about before, they've got the Brazilian, is that right, Desmond? The Brazilian straightening. And that's because sales for perms for European hair has also gone down. So there is, you know, young people are getting that exposure, but it's up to us to keep educating and not be afraid and have confidence in ourselves, and then they'll just see, you know, a mixture. But certainly my children, I've got sons, they're aware of hair types and different hairstyles and things like that. So I think we were going in the right direction. I'm an optimistic person. I tend to look at things being half full rather than the other way. So I think we're definitely making improvements.
Thank you. And Rachel, what's your opinions about influencing kids regarding natural hair?
My standpoint more is not so kids. My kind of target audience that I think it needs a lot of help right now is like 14 to 17 or 14 to 18, the young girls. They are very lost in image right now. They don't have anybody to look at that looks like them. And I'm scared for them in the sense of they're going to become big women and still be lost, and then hit 30s, 40s and still be lost. It's up to us as the older, because there's like an in-between age from the 20s to the 30s that I feel are very, very influential to the younger generation, more so than the older generation who were influential to us when we were younger. I think there's been a shift in that kind of generation. And I think we need to influence them, because I'm seeing a lot of these younger girls with weaves and stuff, and it's not them buying it, somebody else is buying it. They're not working these jobs to afford a £500 weave. Their parents are paying for it, or somebody in their family is giving them that money. So we need to, re-educate them and ask them, why do they feel that that is better than their own hair? Because something that I previously said at another event was, they are very proud to tell you that their hair is Brazilian, that their hair is Malaysian, that it's all these things, but not proud to say that this is my hair. And that's an issue that we need to start talking to them and find out what it is that is making them feel that way, because media is one thing, but it starts with us before the media gets there, because the media sometimes reflects what is actually going on. We can't always blame the media for these things. We have to really think, what are we doing that influence these girls to make these kind of decisions? So my standpoint is more that age, because I don't really have any younger children in my family that I can really talk about that. So my thing is more, the secondary school kind of generation. Because when I was in secondary school, nobody had a weave. Hardly any girls had extensions. Everybody was rocking patterns with cane rows. They wanted the crisscross and all these things. Like, you was proud to have these patterns and things in your hair, rather than having 22-inch weaves and stuff. So something's changed, something has happened, and we need to kind of find out what that has been that's happened.
Thank you. I really do think it does come down to influence each other. For example, I've got 2 younger sisters, and I never had to preach to them about my natural hair. After the big chop, everybody thought I went mad, because it was the middle of October. But once they saw my hair growing back, they were just like, it can grow long, and it can do different hairstyles. And so one of my sisters has been natural for 2 years, and the other one, who wears the longest weave, she is getting ready to do the big chop, and it's not by me preaching at her and saying, you need to go natural. It's by her watching my natural hair journey, and it's just been so amazing to be inspired by you guys, and me being able to inspire other people, because I've never ever seen my mum with natural hair apart from the photo before I was born. But when she told me she was going natural, I was like, really, mum? Wow. So it's just amazing to see her natural hair journey as well. So I definitely agree with you, Rachie. But in terms of younger children, I really do think it starts from young as well, because I've got 7 nieces all under the age of 6. And before, when I used to wear my wig and then just whip it off, they were just like, what on earth is going on? They were scared. They were literally scared, because they thought it was my hair. And when I whipped it off, they were just like, what's going on, auntie? But now that they see my own hair, they appreciate it more. And then when they see me doing the new hairstyles, you get their mums asking me how to do these hairstyles as well. So I definitely think that we can all be encouraged by one another. And it starts with us, within ourselves, and being confident, like we all know, and then just being who we are. So on that note, let's go to Elle. What's your thoughts about natural hair and how we influence each other and children, the younger generation?
In regards to children, I believe it starts at home. From my experience growing up, my mum has straight hair. But when I was younger, she used to perm it, so she had a curly perm, afro, everything like that. But from that, she didn't really know how to take care of my hair. So the experience of her styling my hair on Saturdays, it wasn't the most pleasurable experience, as you can imagine. So from that, and also going to a school where I think I was the only black girl in my class, and seeing people with straight hair and no one that looked like me. It was difficult, because I didn't really know who I could identify with. My family, I had cousins, one cousin in particular, who has kind of hair similar to mine, but at the time I think maybe she wore it in stretch styles or anything like that. But I wasn't really with her a lot of the time, so I couldn't, play with her hair or ask her questions or find out more about it. For me, there was no one really there at the time. So that kind of led me to relax. But I think if I had more positive influences, like there were people around me that I could touch their hair or I could talk to, that understood my hair, could offer me advice, I think that would have really helped me in terms of my journey. And that's why me and Nisi have created a platform called Natural Hair Daily, if you're not aware what that is. It's just a simple platform where we share pictures of people with natural hair, just to encourage people. They may not
especially for people who may not have someone that's around them that has natural hair. You can just come on and ask for advice, or just have a look and see what's available to you, get ideas, interact with people. Just so creating something where I didn't have that when I was growing up, or I didn't have that in my teens, or I didn't have that until in my 20s really. Well, I'm still 20, but you know, younger 20s. But something like that just would have been great. And I think also events like this really help in terms of providing an education, tips. You can talk to people who are like you. And also, I think mass media is important. Growing up, the only person that looked like me, that had hair like mine, even though I didn't know at the time, was Scary Spice. And that's the only person that I saw. I mean, now there are more people that are on the mass media where I can see have natural hair and stuff, which is great. But also, it starts with us as well. So by us wearing our hair, it just gives other people that confidence, or to see, oh, it's fine. It's fine to wear my hair how it is. So it starts in a variety of different ways. But yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you. And Desmond?
From a fashion point of view, I do quite a lot of the shows. One of the shows I do, I go to Jamaica to do Caribbean Fashion Week, and most of the models there have got their hair natural. What I love, it's really great because we're starting on our journey, and I think from the editorial magazines are obviously now shooting models with natural hair, and that will filter through into the mass media, and you'll find slowly but surely it'll happen. But again, as most of the guys just mentioned, it starts at home, and then obviously everything else is just a follow-on effect. But yeah, from a fashion point of view, yeah, it's happening.
Thank you.